Cool Chinedu here. Our conversation for this hour is an important one. It is one that borders on the ultimate prize and the cost of a mistake. I have come to learn that jobs, professions, careers, sectors that deal directly with human life spend longer time in training. Because the costlier the mistake, the more time you spend getting ready. That's why a doctor very likely trains longer than people in other professions. Because one mistake by a doctor literally will cost life. A pilot, I'm sure, goes through some rigorous training because a miscalculation, a wrong calibration, or anything to that effect will cost a lot of lives. I've not heard of any plane crash that took only one life. And so you get the idea. One mistake by some opportunity on radio, yes, it could be devastating. Giving out misinformation on radio could cause problems. And now you have to wait. Okay, is this more costly than this? And I'm not asking that anybody makes mistakes. But the big question is, what is the price of the mistake? The second question is, what does Tudumbiri 2023, Zamfara 2025, Sokoto 2024, Borno 2017 have in common? You will find out shortly. They are all connected to mistakes. The chairman of the Community Development Committee in Bunu, Thai local government area of River State, Mr. Kingsley Kabari, says the Chief of Air Staff has admitted that the military air raid at the Palm Canals mill site in Bunu was a mistake. The bombing happened on the 21st of May 2025. Kabari, whose wife Blessing was shot during the military raid, told Correspondent Emeka Ortuka that the commander of the Nigerian Air Force base in Port Harcourt, who represented the Chief of Air Staff, visited his wife at the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital last Friday. He said the commander blamed the air raid on misinformation.
Commander, Nigerian Air Force, Port Harcourt. He said he was sent by Chief of Air Staff to come and see the woman, then see the scene of crime, which he didn't see the scene of crime. He only met the woman at the EPCA. Where he apologized to me personally and the community guard, it was an error, and they were misinformed, thinking that that place was for punking. He now applies that they would play the medical expenses and saying that the woman gets a far health. But as I speak to you, we not receive a dime from them. Although, let's say they called me up and asked me to prepare the balance of what we spent so that they can give us a refund. There are a lot of things I spent that are very secret.
Mr. Kabari confirmed that the victims are receiving treatment in various hospitals and called on the Chief of Air Staff to personally visit the scene of the incidents, assess the level of damage, and ensure proper compensation to the victims.
I insist that the Chief of Air Staff should visit the scene of crime. There are a lot of damages that were done. They have to compensate the community. Throughout that day, everybody went disarray because of that incident. They have not apologized to the community. So it means they apologize. So you may see me then to strongly come to the community and apologize to the community as a whole.
Well, thanks to Emeka Ortuka, there's an update on that. Emeka visited the site and reports that some women were seen sorting palm fruits in the open as the roofs of their makeshift structures remained riddled with bullet holes. Although palm oil processing is yet to resume, some of those victims spoke to Emeka.
I was here on that Wednesday morning. I wanted to mill oil that very day. So around 9 o'clock, we saw a plane roving all around. So we were thinking that they were coming to inspect something. So as we were here, the plane was passing. After a short time, the plane now started shooting everywhere. So we ran. Many of us, we were injured. I managed to survive that very day. My phone got lost in the bush. They came about 3 times to bomb. All my oil, the one we have milled, they destroy all. Even the banga that was here too, they spoil all. Many people who were injured, they went to hospital.
Very big problem that day. If they are not send my daughter to go somewhere, I don't know what for happened that day. Because I don't even know, say those people go shoot there. Because that place is a me, where we they carry banga, they go me, then give us, oh yeah, we carry good.
When last I looked, we had not heard directly from the Air Force. The information we have from that quarter is from Mr. Kabari, who says that they admitted it was a mistake. But joining me live in the studio to give perspective to this conversation is Mr. Emeka Ortuka, a news correspondent, editor with the CoolWazobiaInfo Port Harcourt newsroom. Hello, Emeka.
Hi, Sam.
Are you okay? Is everything okay?
Yes, I am.
Are you sure? I thought if there's problem, tell me. I can help.
No, there is no problem.
Okay,
Maybe
that's okay.
Very far from the mic.
That's okay. Thank you, Emeka, for joining us. Now, you were at the community. Walk us through what you saw. What did you notice?
I think the statement by the community development chairman of Bunu community that the Air Force have admitted that it was a mistake on their part and they were misinformed. I think there is no need questioning if it was actually true or not, because I've gone to the community, I've seen where the incident happened. There is no way anybody will say that yes, they actually thought that there was an illegal oil bunkering activities going on in that place, because it's an open place, not like it was in a forest where they carry out these illegal oil bunkering activities. I even drove to the place, so you can imagine where a stranger can drive.
Is that
into
accessible?
And all of that. So you know that this actually happened within the places where people are living, as in places where residents are actually living. But just because they have some kind of makeshift building and they have their engine installed inside those makeshift buildings and all of that, that now differentiated it from the main community.
Okay.
Now, if those that carried out that air raid actually maybe they are acting based on information, I think there should be a kind of let's say air surveillance first. If you may ask, there should be kind of air surveillance for you to go, because according to the victims, they say they were hovering around that area.
Yeah.
So at what point did they not see that these persons are actually not involved in illegal bunkering activity? Because when I got there, I also saw some women sorting their palm fruits and all of that in an open space.
Yeah.
So I believe that same day they were actually doing the same thing, because not all of them will be inside that makeshift building where they installed the engine that they were using to mill their palm fruits and all of that.
Yeah.
So to me, I think the Nigerian Air Force should properly investigate that incident to tell us what exactly happened, not for them to just admit that they were not properly informed. If you are not properly informed and you are going to a place, there should be a kind of cautiousness, as in you shouldn't just go into a place where you are not properly informed to carry out a raid and you not investigate, you not also do an air surveillance to ascertain if what you were told was exactly what was going on in that place.
Okay, so for the purpose of benefit of doubt, because I like to really look at it from every possible angle, right? We're not speaking for the Air Force. Have they made a statement at this time?
No, there has not been any statement from the Air Force. I've tried to reach out to the public relations officer of the Air Force in Rivers State, but she told me that she has not been on duty. She went for course, so she has not responded to me as regards to this incident.
Okay, so as of this time, no official statement from the Air Force.
Yes,
now,
sir.
Emeka, let's just analyze this as human beings. And I'm not trying to be funny here. It is all oil processing, whether it's palm oil or oil bunkering. All right?
No, there's difference.
No, wait, Emeka, wait. If you think about it, and I'm just thinking, right, and I hope I'm wrong, maybe from the air, it did not look different. Because I'm sure there must be similarities in the processing of both types of oil.
Yes, if you say similarity because of the smoke coming out, maybe that would be just the similarity. But in terms of environment, it's not the same. Because I've been to illegal oil refinery site when I went with all these military for their raid and others.
Yeah.
I think that area looked very black, as in dark. It's not the place where you can see
the land is usually
any green grass and all of that. But where this happened, there are green grasses everywhere. So the environments are not the same. But if you talk in terms of smoke, because I actually saw smoke going out and all of that, you can say yes, but the environment is not the same. This one is even very close to the road. So it's not like in a forest where it's okay, they will actually find it difficult to assess where they have buildings and all of that. From where this thing happened and where residents are is not far.
Okay. Now, what is the state of the community? Are they in panic?
Yes, they are still having that fear. Even the victims that I spoke to, at the point she actually never wanted to speak to me when the community development chairman, who took me to the site, because I could not just go there on my own. He took me to the site and demanded to speak with the victims and all of that. One of the victims, when he even saw us, he was like, she was shivering. She was shivering. She actually never wanted to speak. I said, no, I've come here to actually see things myself. I've been speaking with the CDC chairman, but it's also good we hear from the victims so that people actually know the extent of damage and what exactly happened. That was when she spoke to me and all of that. Even when we went to the palace of the paramount rulers, I think he also said the same, that they are still in shock over what happened, that the gunshot that day was something else. If not that the community development chairman said they've already removed all the bullet shells and all of that. Maybe they're heading to court the way he was sounding. Maybe they've removed their evidence and all of that. I would have maybe taken a shot of some of those canals and all of that. So I think there is need for the military to actually go there to speak to the victims and ascertain the extent of damage, and if possible, if there's anything they can do as to paying them compensation, I think is necessary.
Your report stated that the commander of the Nigerian Air Force Base in Port Harcourt, who represented the Chief of Army Staff, visited Kabari's wife at the hospital. Do you know how he was received?
Yes, according to the community development chairman, whose wife was one of the victims, he told me that when the commander came, he sympathized with them. Okay. He personally apologized to him, not the community, because they are demanding that the Air Force should come to the community and apologize to the community. Yeah. So he said he personally apologized to him and also promised that the Air Force, they are going to take care of the medical bills of the victims. And he also said that some money was given for him to take care of their feedings within that period. So that was the extent to which the Air Force have gone as to.
All right, there'll be many more questions for my guests after the break. You also get to be a part of the conversation. But I'll be looking through many other situations in Nigeria where there have been raids as inspired by false information. Just like the Air Force is saying this was a mistake, we've had other times where it was a mistake and lives were lost. Stay with us.